I don't know who this Heather Gay is. Maybe, she looks different. Maybe she's acting different because she looks different, or it's vice versa. I don't know who this person is.
The Ozempic sucked the empathy out of her brain.
Oh my God.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's Not What You Think podcast. I'm Tor.
I'm Robin, and this is episode 7.
I can't believe we're already at 7 episodes. That's honestly
I know.
pretty great.
Yeah. I think we did like 2 in September, 3 in October, and 1 in November.
Mm-hmm.
So we did 6 so far.
Yeah. Honestly, it's something that it's just fun to do. So
it's fun. I mean, we hope everybody's enjoying it. And as always, thank you for listening.
Yes. Hello, listener. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. So if you're new, this is our podcast where we break down misconceptions and untruths. Because it's not what you think it is.
Exactly. Okay. We have a jam-packed agenda for you today. So kick us off with our first topic.
So the first topic is we want to talk about concerts, because I really feel like with concerts, it is a not what you think it is situation, because I often go into a concert and either I have like an idea of what it's going to be like. Well, I always have some idea of what it's going to be like, and it's either like, it's always different is what I'm trying to say. It's for better or for worse. So our last concert we went to see Eliana, and I knew I'd have a great time. I knew it was going to be good. It's also a smaller venue, but I feel like I had an even better time than I thought I would. It was really fun. She was amazing.
She was amazing. I think the not what you think part of sometimes a smaller venue is there's less, like we had an obstructed view, it seems. And
we did.
Given that it was like a smaller venue, there was less, like filming. If you go to like the Eras tour, for example, which is happening in Toronto right now, it's like she has so much camera work that wherever you are in the venue, you can see what's happening on stage, whether you're up close, whether you're super far away. But in the smaller venues, it's like if you have a bad seat, like good luck. We could only really see her when she came to like the end of the stage, which like she did a lot. So we did get to see her up close, which is like the nice part of a smaller venue, but it wasn't what I thought when I booked the tickets, because when you see something on Ticketmaster and they have this like map of the venue, it's like you can't really see what it is or like what you're buying.
Totally. And like she, like he said, like she did come to the front, like she moved. It's like a very theatrical show, so she would move front, she would do something, she'd go to the back. So we did get to see her, but it's like, had we known that's what the seat looked like, we wouldn't have gotten these seats.
Yeah.
Like, but honestly, at the same time too, when we were booking this, I remember we were like, we want to be close, but it was pretty much very limited seating because it's a small venue. So it was like a lot. Most of it was like.
But honestly, the gag was we paid for seats, and then we had people basically stand right next to us the whole time, which I don't know why they were there, because the view was not good. So I don't know why, of all the places they chose to stand right next to us.
It's because to the left of us. Okay, so let's visualize, everybody. We are facing the stage. We are to the left of the stage, and we're close to the stage, but we're like really to the side. So even further to the left of us were these like empty seats, because they didn't even sell those seats. Like they're just random seats. They're not selling those. Nobody wants. Like they're literally. If we're obstructed, those seats are even more obstructed. So those people were like, just went and sat there because it's a free-for-all, and then they realized they can't see anything.
So then they came over
to us. So then they come to us, and I'm like, I was kind of torn internally, because I was like, I really want everybody to have a great time, but I'm like, we paid to be here. Like, as not amazing as these seats were, like, I mean, we still paid for them.
And I agree. And they smelled, like, honestly, they smelled so bad. Like, they were just like in my periphery the whole time, and I was getting kind of rude because I was like, honestly, we did pay for like this area, and I didn't want to be that person being like, go somewhere else. But I mean, at the end of the day, we didn't say anything, and we just let them like sort of bum off our seats. But I don't know so it was at one of like the smaller venues in Vancouver, and I don't know if I would necessarily like go there again. I'd only go there for like the right person.
Well, don't get me wrong. If Eliana comes back and that's where she goes again, we're going again.
Yeah, but I would. At the end of the day, I would just pay for general admission and then probably, just go find somewhere to lean.
You have time to lean.
You have time to lean. You have time to clean.
No, okay, that's a whole other story.
But
also, if you are, I wanted to say as well, if you are going to do that and be very close to people and take over their area, please smell good.
Literally,
just shower, wear deodorant.
I was going to say smelling good costs nothing, but that's actually not true.
It doesn't cost any. I mean, it doesn't not cost anything, but shower every day.
If you're going to be all up in someone's space,
yeah,
definitely like, and that's something that I think is like, in the fall, you shouldn't smell bad. In the fall and the winter, I'm just like, you don't really have an excuse.
Don't you think you find there's more? Wow, now we're really going into a different topic, but whatever. Don't you find there's more bad BO in the fall?
Yeah, I think because people feel like they can cover it
up you can't.
With clothing, but
you can't.
Baby, that doesn't work. It permeates through. It's going to find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way.
There's a way. Public service announcement, you're not covering anything up. Just, I don't know.
Do we have to start a fundraiser for like deodorant for people?
Possibly.
Honestly. We're going to start a GoFundMe.
Yeah, save everybody.
But just speaking on concerts.
Oh, that's what I'm. Yeah.
We are going to Kylie Minogue in the spring.
Yeah, so we have seen other concerts before. What was the last one for Eliana?
It was Lady Gaga, and then before that, it was Madonna.
Okay, so Lady Gaga. That's an interesting one because it was the jazz and piano, and we talked about it in our first episode, by the way. You know what? We've already actually said exactly. We've done it.
We've already done it. The Madonna one, I wanted some different songs from Madonna, but knowing that it was her like greatest hits tour, basically. I mean, she gave us the greatest hits.
Did she do American Life?
No.
That's what you wanted.
That's what I wanted. And I felt like it would have been very pertinent given the climate in which she was performing, especially right now. So, I mean, I felt like there was like some missed opportunities, but obviously she needs to make a set for everybody.
She had to literally do, it was like her like 40 years.
And I wanted her to do music too. She didn't do that one, which I thought was weird. That was a weird choice.
That's a huge Madonna hit.
That's like one of like the like the main songs.
I think they played it as a part of an interlude.
No, they played it as a part of an interlude, but I was like, "This is what do you mean?" Like some of the songs she did pick, I was like, "Well, why this one?" Like she had a whole country section.
That I wanted to go to Madonna really bad, and you were skeptical, and then if you realize that it's not what you thought it was, you know, Madonna is known for her amazing shows. So it's like when you were being skeptical, it's like, what is he worried about? Like
it was not that I was like worried. It's just that like I wasn't like I was like a casual Madonna listener. Yeah. Like I wasn't like outwardly going out of my way to like listen to her music.
Yeah.
Whereas like you were like much more of like a Madonna fan. Yeah. Which is why you like drove that.
Like I listened to Madonna albums.
But I feel like it was like the same for like our Kylie concert coming up. Like I feel like I was much more of like a driver in that.
I don't know if that's true. I've been a big Kylie Minogue fan since I was a teenager. I used to listen to her like albums when they would come out or whatever, and I don't think anybody in North America really paid that much. Like I'm not talking about Can't Get You Out of My Head. I mean like her X album or whatever. Like no one even knows what that is really here. But
well, I mean, since my family's from
New Zealand,
the South,
down under,
they know, I've been new about her.
Well, that's brought us together. Thank you, Kylie. We also saw Beyonce last year, and
oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Don't come after me. I'm scared of the Beyonce hive or whatever.
Say thank you, Beyonce, first.
Literally, I'm scared. But I didn't really love it because, which is like, she focused on, called the Renaissance Church. She focused on the Renaissance album. So that's fair. But I don't really know that album that well. And then when she would do her greatest hits that everybody knew, she would do 30 seconds of them.
That I didn't like. I didn't like that I'm like a B-Day Beyonce fan. Like that, Destiny's Child to B-Day is sort of like her golden era for me. Like,
actually, ironically for me, I know every single Beyonce album really well, include like up to and including Lemonade. It's like after Lemonade, like Renaissance and whatever else, like those are the ones I don't know well, and this was my one and only Beyonce concert. So it just couldn't have been worse timing. Like if I'd gone to the, was there a Lemonade tour? I feel like there wasn't a Lemonade tour.
I think wasn't that
On the Run
that?
tour,
I think
I
that was
think.
the
Like
On the Run
had I
tour.
gone to that or the tour supporting the self-titled album or any of those, I would have known like every song. But oh well.
I thought that I so like regardless of like the set list, I really enjoyed the Beyonce show.
Yeah.
Like the theatrics were amazing.
Yeah.
The visuals were amazing. The looks were amazing. The dancing was great. The vibes overall were just like really, really good. But I can like see what you mean. It wasn't what I thought from the set list perspective because I really wanted like the fact that she literally did like 10 seconds of Baby Girl or whatever. I was like,
Baby Girl, you need to do more of Baby Girl.
No, Naughty Girl.
Oh, Naughty Girl.
Only, I was missing Baby Boy, and Naughty Girl. Baby Girl.
What is Baby Girl? I didn't never heard. Okay.
But it's like the fact that she only did like she didn't even sing it. It was literally just like the background music for it, and I was like, "What?"
Well, Beyonce, if you're listening to this,
literally,
can you do a tour supporting your albums up to and including Lemonade? Thank you.
I mean, speaking of tours right now, the Eras tour. How do you feel about it? I'm not a big.
I don't feel anything.
Exactly. I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan. I think the ticket drama surrounding it has been very interesting for me as like an outsider. I don't know if you've seen a lot of it. Like on TikTok, there was this whole scam that happened in Toronto.
You're the TikTok Gen Z.
Basically, there was like up to 400 people that went to this one lady who was claiming to sell Eras Tour tickets in Toronto for one of the 6 nights, and she scammed these people out of $300,000.
She gonna go to jail?
Yeah, they've opened criminal cases against her. But she said that she was going to buy it from somebody else, and that person fell through. And I'm like, well, you can't.
Hold on. 400 people. Tickets. Or is it
400 like groups of people were going to purchase tickets from her, and they gave her money. And she said she was going to buy them from a corporate contact that never had the tickets.
300. I'm just trying to figure out how 400 tickets and $300,000. Seems like.
Have you seen some of the ticket prices for this Taylor Swift show? No, but it's like $3,000 for tickets. Like,
yeah, I guess.
And must be. Some of like, since it's like the last nights of the show, some of them are going for $15,000. I would never spend $15,000 on any ticket. I think that's insane. Like, that's like, if you're doing that, like, girl, get a grip. Yeah. But it leads into like the bigger question of ticket resellers and like the monopoly of Ticketmaster. But also, it's like, should there be regulation around ticket prices?
Yeah. Because that's actually a really good thing you brought up. When we've been able to get like pre-sale. I think we got pre-sale for the upcoming Kylie one and pre-sale for Eliana.
Yeah.
And the price differences are shocking. I mean, we were able to get good seats or whatever. Well, okay. Eliana, good seats. They were very close to her again, but you're just like to the side, but they're still like good seats for like a fraction.
Yeah, they were $80 a ticket. The Kylie one, it's much more relevant.
Yeah.
We got really good seats for...
I would say a fraction.
For literally $200 a seat.
Yeah.
When I looked at the seats directly next to us, they were going for $500 a seat, which is...
More than double.
Literally, more than double.
Yeah, so... that needs to somehow they need to figure that out, like, you know, to regulate that. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but
because apparently some of the Taylor Swift tickets were going for $90 from like pre-sale up to what $5,000 for resale. And obviously, like, this could be like bad actors that are like coming in and like trying to really exploit people.
Yeah, I don't really get, you know, I just don't get it because, like you said, I would never spend that much on a concert, and I'm not down with the Taylor Swift, like, stan. Like, I'm not really a stan. I'm not even really a fan. Well, okay, she has, like, a few albums, which I enjoy. But I know nothing of her recent albums. And her earlier career, I know almost nothing. I only know, like, the greatest hits. And, like, she only really got me when she did, like, really pop music, like, 1989. And, like, the 2 albums following that are really pop. So that's when I was listening to her. But it's like, even then, I couldn't even tell you I would have gone to her concert.
No, I think it's like an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like people really go for like the experience, and obviously people really love like the show.
No, she's like
But
people love her, and people, she's like huge.
honestly, I watched someone like the Eras tour on Disney, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just hard coming from like a Beyonce, where Beyonce like throws her back into it. The dancing incredible, the looks incredible, the vocals like unmatched, and then they directly compare that to Taylor Swift, and it's like, I don't know. Watching it, like it just
not the same.
It wasn't like the same like caliber.
Actually, thanks for saying that because I wanted to clarify about the Beyonce concert too. It's like, well, yes, like the music isn't the music that I really love, but the show itself was like objectively amazing. And the talent of Beyonce, just like vocals. She started the show with like this song she has, but which she would say is like Vancouver, I love you, Vancouver, I love you. And then she kept repeating that. It was really beautiful. She started the show with a ballad.
It was very slow.
And I think that's unusual. I can't think of many shows I've been to that start with a ballad because they normally start you out with really like high energy.
Yeah, she sort of like eased us into it. It was a long
but
show,
it was really
though.
Good.
It was like 3 hours.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. That's like getting your money's worth in the sense of that like it was so long. I mean, I could see, I think it was on a work day.
Yeah.
And it was kind of rough the next day because I was like, we don't stay up late. But yeah, like you got your money's worth. Well, I think this is pretty much for concerts. I mean, we love concerts, and it's something that I never really went to concerts until I pretty much became like a working person post graduation. So it's something that it's really nice to be able to do now in life.
Oh, there's so many concerts that I wish we could have gone to. Like basically every single Gaga tour.
You know what?
I wish I could have gone to the Beyonce ones up until like the early 2000s. Britney's circus tour.
Honestly, this could be a next episode topic because I could really go in. Dream list of past concerts. Like honestly, if we actually maybe we should do that because I would have so much to say and like
I really want to see Miley. Like eventually, whenever she does one, I would love to see that.
You know what? The fact that we saw Cher live in 2019 was that a fever dream? Like we saw the ABBA tour. Think about that. Groomer. Yeah. And sad story, we were supposed to see Celine Dion, and then the pandemic happened, and then her health issues happened.
Yeah, and then we never did.
So
that would have been good too.
Anyways, okay, so it's late November. It's that time of year.
Holiday shopping. Wonderful time of the year.
Yes, I actually love the holidays, but what we're going to talk about is specifically holiday shopping. And I don't even know how to start because honestly,
I think there's 2 avenues which I want to explore. 1, the discounts, and 2, in-person versus online. I think the discounts this year have actually been very good. And I shopped on Essence, shopped on some D Squared. We shopped on, obviously, like, I did like a lot of Lulu stuff. And like yesterday, we walked around Pacific Center and it was just packed full of people. But I think the discounts this year have been good for like a few reasons. One, I think overall people have been shopping less. So there's more stuff that's ending up in the sale and it's like good stuff. And the discounts, like retailers are like struggling like left, right, and center. So they really want to like Q4, which is like the holiday period for most retailers, is like when they make like a majority of their money. So it's like they're wanting people to spend. And I think the discounts this year have been fairly good. Last year, I didn't think they were that good at all. But this year, I feel like I've gotten like a lot of like stuff that I've been eyeing.
That you've actually been wanting.
That I've actually been wanting.
Because that's where my problem is. That's where the problem is. I really believe that a lot of the sales and a lot of that stuff is just like consumerism, like crap. It's just like they put it on sale, people buy it because it's on sale, they don't actually even want it or need it, and it just...
I've definitely fallen into that trap before where you like look at something, you're like, oh my god, it's such a good deal, I'm saving so much money, but then in like reality it's like you're not really saving,
you wouldn't even have bought it.
Yeah. But this year it's like I got some nice accessories that I've been like wanting for a while, and like I got them all at like pretty good discounts.
Nice.
And it's like it's really good for holiday shopping too.
Yeah. I just can't stand going anywhere this time of the year shopping because it's so overwhelming.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I do almost all of my shopping online now because we went to the mall yesterday, and obviously it's like a Saturday in
Mm-hmm.
during the holiday shopping
Mm-hmm.
period, so it's gonna be busy. But I don't know if I like was ready for it. I was like shocked at how many people there were, and just
Yeah,
trying to maneuver through a store. I was like, this is almost like a nightmare. And
it was.
I had more shopping in me, but I just couldn't like
Do
deal
it.
with the amount of people
Yeah.
that were like there.
Even David's Tea, which like no shade to David's Tea, I love David's Tea, but it's never busy. I feel like I usually just go in, get the tea I need, and leave. There were so many people. I literally was like walking through, trying to like find my way around. Yeah, everywhere's really busy, but you know
I
what?
think it's also right now is the Canada Post strike. So a lot of companies are having like shipment issues in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe that's why people are also shopping in
Yes.
person. Because like I know Essence, they use Canada Post a lot, but now they're using FedEx.
Switch it up.
Yeah, it's like D squared. I think they were using FedEx as well. So it's
Mm.
like I think it's like there's a lot of more pressure on like the postal service right now.
But you know what, though? I'm still really excited about the holiday season coming up,
Yeah.
regardless about this certain time period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, before we continue, I want to encourage everybody to leave comments on Spotify. You are able to leave comments on Spotify. I just wanted to point that out if people didn't know. And as always, on either YouTube or Spotify, please either like, subscribe, comment, leave a rating on Spotify, follow us so you can know when we have more episodes.
Let us know
Thank
what you're
you.
shopping for this year. Let me
Mm-hmm.
know what your discounts are. Let me know what concerts you went to
Mm-hmm.
that weren't really what you thought they were. I
Yeah.
just want to circle back to the concerts thing because I didn't really talk about the Eliana concert from my experience as listening from like an Arab.
Oh, because it's in Arabic.
It was
By
in
the way, it's
Arabic.
mostly Arabic.
So, but I thought it was really interesting. So I've been to two concerts now. I've been to two concerts now where I didn't know the languages. I went to a K-pop concert, Red
Mm.
Velvet, and I went to this Eliana concert, and it was all in Arabic. And honestly, the vibe is so different when you don't understand the lyrics. I feel like it's just you're going off of vibes, and it's hard to know. Like sometimes it's like, oh, it wasn't what I thought it was, in the sense
Mm.
that it's like if I don't understand like a thing that's really going on, but I can like visually appreciate like the music, the
Mm-hmm.
dancing, the costumes, like all of that. It's a nice experience.
That makes sense. I'm always impressed that you are down to do these things. I mean, you genuinely like her music, first of all,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm I think when I listen to music, like lyrics matter a lot to me
It's because you're a Gemini.
because I'm a Gemini. So I don't know if I would be able to like really enjoy something without understanding anything that the person is singing.
You can
But
understand context, I think,
yeah,
whether it's like a happy song, whether it's a sad
yeah,
song, whether it's like I mean, like the attitude, how they like, just like the
yes.
general vibes, you can like get a lot from that. And like the
Mm-hmm.
dance moves, like if they're like dismissive, if they're aggressive, if they're like
Mm,
happy.
yeah. Well, you seem to have a lot of fun. So, as per usual, we love to give our little Real Housewives updates. We're actually got a lot on the go right now. New York City, I feel like he is dragging me. Oh, wait, we forgot to give an update. So, sorry. Uh, Before we go on, we just want to update the listener. We talked about my ring before, and my ring is finally here. So I have my ring.
God bless.
God bless. Big
Damiani
relief.
came through.
Mm-hmm.
Burks came
Mm-hmm. Shout
through.
out to the manager. She really of Burks.
Shout out to Jane at Burks. If you are buying anything, any type of jewelry in Vancouver, go to Burks downtown. Ask for Jane.
Also, this is not sponsored. We're just being
Obviously, it's not sponsored.
Sponsored.
No one thinks
Sponsoring us.
no one thinks it's sponsored. Don't worry about that. Ask for Jane. She was an absolute legend.
Mm-hmm.
Saved the day. All those things that we said in the previous episode, we take them back now. it came through, and the ring looks incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Jane. She really did that. She really prioritized, like, it, because, we talked about it in 2 episodes ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The whole situation, but it's such a relief now that it's here. The whole thing was escalated, and yeah, yay! But okay,
And you'll all get to see it when we film in January.
yeah, because I'll be wearing it. Okay, so Housewives, New York City. He's dragging me to keep watching it. I'm still just every episode just kind of in shock at what has happened to this franchise. They did like a prank.
So the prank was, for those that are not watching, Rebecca and Aaron pranked the cast saying that Rebecca was pregnant with somebody else's man because they had like a random orgy. Now,
Like,
the goal of the prank was allegedly to like find out who was spreading gossip in the group. Obviously, it was Brynn. Like, of course, it was Brynn. She seems to allude now that she knew about it, whereas Rebecca and Aaron say she didn't know.
So it gets so convoluted because Brynn is like, no, I knew it was a prank. I was in on the prank. And actually, there was footage of her telling Uba that, oh, it's just a joke. So she actually, at first I thought Brynn was lying, but I think Brynn actually did know it was a lie.
I think Brynn knew, and I think Aaron told her, and that's where the last episode ended, was them basically talking about it as a group, being like, Aaron told Brynn, and Brynn knew. But at first, I respected the prank. I thought it was really good. I was like, oh, that's so funny. Like, look at them. That's like, they're jokesters. But then I started to like realize if they need to manufacture this type of drama to like get people interested, it's not good for the show.
No,
long term.
I think that like we dissected this last episode, or the Nothing's Organic episode. We dissected this, and I just really think that this group of housewives, they're just not really like sharing. I mean, actually, I have to say, I love Raquel. I think she's sharing a lot.
She's sharing a lot,
and I like love her storyline. Relate to it.
I think Raquel, Uba, and Jessel are carrying the show on their back right now.
Yes, I agree, and I think that Bravo needs to, like, moving forward, they have to bring back maybe some of the OGs. I don't know how that would work again, but
I think they need to bring back maybe like Carol, Luann, and maybe like Dorinda, and get rid of Brynn, Sai, and Jenna. I liked Jenna, but she doesn't really bring anything.
But Carol, first of all, Carol's absolutely one of my favorites. I love Carol. Carol would come in through Jenna because they're actually friends. But the problem is, Carol has pretty much burnt all the Bravo bridges. After she's like fired or whatever, quit or whatever, she's really gone on to really just be like, it's toxic, it's this, it's that. So I don't know if I would love if she came back, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. But it would be.
Or they need to bring back someone crazy like Kelly Ben Simone.
Please don't.
Like crazy.
Please don't.
There needs to or Luann. I feel like Luann.
I could see Luann. No, honestly, I could really Luann and Dorinda.
Or Luann and Sonia, because they're doing a lot together.
Luann, Dorinda, and Sonia, genuinely, I could see, but even more so, I could see Luann and Dorinda being brought back. But I just don't know. Because if Bravo does that, then
I don't think they would work with the new cast, though.
I don't know how they, like, I mean, okay, let's be honest. This whole new cast was never really friends.
No,
this is not an organic.
They were placed together.
So if you bring back the OGs, it's also not organic anyway. So might as well just try it, see what happens. But I feel like that's all I have to say about New York.
Yeah, I agree. There's not really much there. One thing I do really like Abe now. I feel like Abe really, he was like talking about how he's like not like fluid in his sexuality, but he's more like open about it. And Abe and Mel, Raquel's fiance, I don't know, I really like them together.
No, I think that what he said is something that a lot of people are scared to even admit. He said he genuinely like questioned it. And I don't know if he experimented, whatever, but like it was a statement that I think that just like admitting that, I think, is like really admirable, because people would be scared to even admit that. Because
he's very comfortable within himself.
Yeah, I think that's something. Yeah,
and I think that's why maybe Mel like is attracted to him as a person because like
Mel Raquel's partner is friends with him. Yeah, I think it's like nice.
Because I don't know, there's like a level of like authenticity that's coming through. Yeah, interesting.
Yep. Atlanta. So, a reminder: Real House of Atlanta. We're on season 9, and this is the famous season with 4-part reunion. We're not at the reunion yet. We're still. I think they're still in Hawaii.
They're in Hawaii,
and Phaedra, like her pretending to befriend Kenya again, but then Kenya threw her like a divorce party, and immediately she started calling her words again.
Trifling.
A word that's a word that rhymes with slore.
Trifling slore.
Yeah, that word.
Trifling floor.
Yeah, she called her that word.
I mean,
yeah,
because she like, I do think Kenya crossed a line with Apollo. Apollo was
but not what she's being accused of. Like,
no, not that they slept together, not that anything. Yeah. But when seasons back, when they read the text and she said babe and like all these things, like Apollo first and foremost should not have been doing those things. However, Kenya should have, I think, not entertained him the way that she did. And I can see, like, I don't agree with Phaedra 100% in these situations. However, I can see where she would have felt disrespected in her relationship, that while he is the ultimate betrayer, Kenya was pretending to like try to be her friend, but then also like texting her husband around her, which I can see.
Okay, but my problem with all this is like 4 seasons ago.
Yeah.
So that my whole point is that Phaedra is not genuine. She never has been, in my opinion. She like pretended to want to be friends again with Kenya, but like the first opportunity came up, she immediately like showed her true colors and brought all this stuff back up, which also we're just really over. I can't hear about it one. Even you talking about it just now, I felt tired. I can't hear about it one more time.
The fact that Kenya was throwing her a divorce party may have been too soon. And also, I think it's like, I don't know, Phaedra essentially views Kenya as not like a mistress fully, but as like mistress adjacent. And I think maybe that's why it's like, if Portia threw her a divorce party, I think it would be very different than if Kenya threw her one.
Well, we also know, so watching this is funny because I already know, it's a rewatch for me. It's a first time watch for him. I know that Phaedra is the one that had fed the horrible rumors about Candy to Portia. And so watching this, knowing that is crazy because I can see Phaedra being so fake.
Yeah, she's literally like, anytime Portia brings it up, it's quiet. Anytime Sheree brings it up, she's quiet. But you know what I don't understand? Sheree was all about, let's put it on the table, let's put it on the table. And she was so quick to like point at Portia, but why is she not pointing at Phaedra as well?
She's scared of Phaedra.
You think?
I think they all know that she plays dirty. Remember, Nene? You play dirty. You
can have a win when you play dirty.
Yeah. So she knows that, and I think she's scared to like.
So she's just gonna let it come out, like, because like it's on camera, like the show is gonna like air it.
Yeah.
But then it sort of does make me like side eye Sheree a little bit. Like, sure, you're scared of her, but you're so quick to like point at Portia, who's like dumber than 2 rocks.
Because she's not scared of Portia.
But I think it would have had so much more power if she also pointed at Phaedra and had called her out in the moment.
Yeah, it would have been, but
because then like Kenya could have also like jumped on that. Like everyone, like it could have been so much different.
But it wasn't.
It
wasn't. Actually, before we talk about the premiere of Beverly Hills, let's talk about Salt Lake City. So there's been quite a few episodes since our last update. I just in general have become an even bigger fan of Bronwyn. I think she's like really intelligent, really direct.
She's sort of like the full package. She's reminding me a lot of Erica Jane. Like in the sense that she brings the looks.
Oh, okay.
She's like very direct in her like language. She's not scared to like go up against some of like the OGs of the show and like really like assert herself. And then obviously there's like the comparison with her relationship with Todd, which is so
That
cringy.
is uncomfortable for me to watch. Anytime a man speaks that way to a woman, I feel really uncomfortable. Like he was just sitting there in that scene reprimanding her and how she behaved. And I'm thinking, I don't even think she behaved that badly. She may have raised her voice, but I feel like she's always respectful.
Yeah, I think the problem with these older type of men, like I'm like, are they on the spectrum in some way? Because the lack of like emotional intelligence
Mm,
to just like shut her down, and it
yeah.
really like made me think of when Tom said to Erica, "I'm speaking, Erica," like he's like
Yeah.
literally like a school teacher or her father. Like it's
Yeah.
weird.
Really
And
uncomfortable.
then it also made me think the other parallel when he like basically said to her when Todd said to Bronwyn that he was like embarrassed by her behavior, and it made
Mm,
me think of when Erica was crying when Tom was like, "I'm so proud of you. That's all I've ever wanted."
yeah. Yeah.
I know it was very cringe actually.
Yeah, we love Bronwyn. This is not in judgment of her. It's just, again, it just makes me uncomfortable to watch that. There's so much going on this
Bronwyn
season.
versus Heather.
Heather literally admitted to everybody that she's been lying to all of them about her birthday. She literally went, "You wouldn't have been able to book my flight because I have lied to every single one of you about my birthday." And I'm like,
Heather, every episode just comes out as more of a liar.
I'm just so
She
confused.
doesn't
Like,
have an honest bone in her body.
ooh, yeah, I don't know who this Heather Gay is. Maybe, she looks different. Maybe she's acting different because she looks different, or it's vice versa. I don't know who this person is.
The Ozempic sucked the empathy out of her
Oh
brain.
my God. As always, Meredith delivers iconic moments. The thing with the phone, I still just don't. Okay, first of all, what was on her head? Like,
The
what,
bangs were awful. Like they were so
what is that?
bad. Who put them on her? And clearly none of her children were there because they wouldn't have let her leave the house like that.
No, no. Yeah, and then okay, so that first of all, that what is it supposed to be, breakfast at Tiffany?
Yeah.
Tiffany's? Breakfast at Tiffany's. And then the moment with the phone, she like goes like this with the phone. She's extending her hand towards
It
Whitney
looked
with
like
the
she was going
phone.
to hand it
And
to
then
her.
Whitney grabbed it, but then it looked like Whitney was doing something. I don't know if she was
She said
scrolling
she was trying to make it louder.
louder. Us with our microphones trying to make it louder. Actually, please comment about the audio quality as well. We'd love to know if it's good. Anyways, yeah, she's like scrolling. I don't know what she was doing. And then Meredith, who literally always is so slow moving, jumps out of her seat, grabs her phone. What is on that phone?
All of her
Rumors.
rumors and
Rumors.
receipts, the rumors and the nastiness
This
that.
about people. Yeah.
Speaking of rumors and nastiness, can Brittany go? I'm so done
I
with
think she will
her. Oh
go.
my god, her getting up at the end of the table. Wait, you guys, wait, but what about me? What about you? Go home.
Honestly, I think if I had to guess, I don't think she's gonna. I think your wish will come true.
Oh my god, she's literally so annoying. Like,
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
wait, Mary versus Meredith.
Okay, so I feel like that was hard to watch because I feel like it was a straight up misunderstanding. Because when Meredith and Angie were going at it, Mary like got up to try to diffuse the situation, and if you listen closely, she was saying
Mm-hmm.
she was saying like, I can remember exactly, like, stop yelling, and then you'll have to leave if you don't stop. But she was actually saying it to both Angie and Meredith, and actually in the beginning she was like, Angie, Angie, and I felt like she was actually yelling more or whatever, not yelling, but whatever, at like
That's
Angie
because Angie
more.
was the one that was getting up. Like she
Yeah,
was
she was
getting.
getting up out of her seat. So, but then like somehow Meredith only heard her say like, "Leave my house."
I think Meredith has a bit of like a mentality in the
Mm,
sense that it's like she was like, now you all have free reign to talk about, like,
yeah,
she really made it out of nothing.
maybe she's going through some. I don't know. When people act like that, I'm like, maybe there's something
I
going
mean, there's stuff
on.
going on with like her and Seth,
Yeah,
which like they alluded to in Palm Springs, but
yeah. I think she
yeah,
was already not at a great place, and I think like
the bangs threw her over
being
there.
told to leave by a friend, even if they were. not
Well, she
necessarily.
said like stop or you can
Yeah, I don't
leave.
think she meant it. I don't think Mary actually meant to kick her out, which is
No,
unfortunate.
because Meredith came up to her at the end and was like, "You want me to leave? You want me to leave?" And she was like, "No, are you listening? Like, I don't want you to leave, but I'm
Yeah,
saying just like stop yelling, or like, or you can like get out of my house." And she was like, "Well, I'm leaving."
literally,
And then I guess at the end, Mary was like, "Good riddance."
literally. Okay, and finally, Beverly Hills premiere. The episode really, really centered on Dorit and Kyle, and I think that is just from an editing style or like a production style. I thought it was interesting because I feel like these shows, okay, they've really moved away from. They used to, I feel like, really try to give equal time to each Real Housewife, and I feel like where they're moving away from that because even in Salt Lake City, there have been a few episodes where I'm like, oh, this person is not in the episode. This
I
person
think
is
they're
not.
like focusing on like the major
Story. Yeah,
stories.
so it's a premiere. I really felt like it was the Dorit Kyle show,
I think it was Erica had a big part too.
but only in context of Dorit and Kyle. She didn't have like,
Well, that honestly, the divorce,
yeah,
Dorit's divorce is the main storyline of the season, and then how they ended it last season was like basically like Dorit versus Kyle,
yes,
and
yeah,
Dorit gave us more about her split from PK in the
yeah.
first 5 minutes of the show than Kyle gave in all last season.
So Kyle,
Even her talking about Morgan. I'm intentionally not saying this person's name. It's too late. We already know who you're talking about.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, that makes no sense. She's not giving us much again, and I'm like, is this going to be the rest of the season for Kyle where she like can't talk about things? But
If
I'm
she
like,
doesn't give us things, people are going to turn on her. And I already feel like people are turning on her in favor
yeah,
of Dorit.
yeah,
Dorit smoking in the car,
yeah. Dorit is
amazing.
what's that word? She's like fired up this season. She's like
She's activated.
she's activated this season. Yeah, it was a good premiere. I like the new housewife.
Bazoma? Bazoma?
I
Bose?
just saw, yeah, people say Boz.
Boz.
Boz. I don't know if it's,
I thought it was Bose.
we'll probably figure it out as the season goes on.
Because Kathy Hilton said, no, it's Boz. And everyone's like,
That was
is this
uncomfortable.
is this a
That
microaggression?
was so
Is this weird? Is she like, what is going on here?
yeah. It was a good premiere.
Wait, on the Kathy Hilton thing, two scenes I want to talk about. Her getting an IV while she has that scary mask on. Weird. Her shakily taking her extensions out at the party. That was like she looked like a rabid dog. Like what was she
Yeah. I
doing?
don't know.
That was it was
I could not explain that to
it was
you if I
uncomfortable.
tried. I don't know.
What about Erica? I feel like Erica looks amazing this season.
Mm-hmm.
That neon look that she opened with was very good. I feel like she's really found like a peace.
Yeah, she seems like in a much better place. I think she's gonna be though like that in between person this season. Kind of
Mm-hmm.
feel bad for her, like
Like a
being
carrier.
no, but like between Kyle and Dorit. Good luck. Also, I really just we say this every time, but that scene with Mauricio and PK, like really, I just we don't watch the Real Housewives for the husbands or the ex-husbands at that. Like,
Literally.
why give them a scene just the two of them? I'm like, okay, great.
I mean, also I saw someone talking about how Kyle texted PK first. So she initiated conversation like contact with him about the divorce. And honestly, I can sort of see what Dorita's saying about Kyle being manipulative in the sense that I think she's trying to set the scene for herself to be like, oh, I'm gonna reach out to PK and like, oh, look how nice that is, blah 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 blah. Then it's like if they're not like really friends, like
Mm.
why? It's like is it for show and that or for her to like be like to skirt around Dorit? Like I don't know.
Oh, because you're saying Kyle had said her and Dorit were never really like close
Yeah,
friends.
she was like, we're not friends. They're
I think
exaggerating. We've been on
that
one
was
trip together. And then for her to be like, oh, I'm going to send like PK a message.
I actually think didn't Kyle kind of admit she was lying about that?
That she lied on herself.
I can't remember if because I think Kyle basically was like, I only said that because I was upset at you.
I don't know. I don't know. She's starting to put a sour taste in my mouth a little bit.
Well,
Because she's starting to become like, not like Heather Gay, but like, I think there's like a lot of things that she's like trying to like keep under a lid that she doesn't
mm,
want to talk about. And now it's making it so it's like I can't connect with her as a viewer. because she's
Yeah, I
not being
started to feel that
authentic.
last season because she didn't really give us much about the divorce, about Morgan Wade, and now she's like,
Giving us less.
yeah. And then I love when Garcelle was like, then why'd you do the music video? But
I mean, speaking of Garcelle, I don't know how I feel about Garcelle from the opening episode. I thought she was a bit rude about Dorit, being like, "Oh, it's long-winded. Of course, it's Dorit."
she's whenever she has a chance to read Dorit, she'll read her. She always does.
Yeah, I'm sort of like, I don't know.
I don't think I think genuinely like she doesn't like her. It's just
Yeah.
like I think they're oil and water.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. Yeah,
Sutton, nothing burger.
I'm literally. Why I went quiet? Is I'm trying to think.
Oh,
What
because she introduced us to her new friend, the one that was Bride of Chucky, the actress.
that is so random that that lady's
What's her
there.
name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah.
Yeah. She, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Is she friend up? Official friend up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Friend of. Yeah.
I guess we'll see. I wasn't expecting Bose to be introduced by Sutton either.
No, me neither. Okay, that is our episodes. As always, thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, share on YouTube, turn on notification bells on Spotify, give us a rating, leave comments on whatever platform you're on. And what was your question that you want them to answer? It was relating to the holiday season.
Let us know what you're shopping for this season. Let us know what discounts. Let us know if during the holiday season you're an online shopper. This is going to be a poll. Online, in person. What's your method of shopping during the holidays? Where do you get the best deals? What do you think? Do you buy more during the holidays for no reason? Let us know below.
Thank you.
Bye!